Welcome. Thanks for joining us here on the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Deb Gillard, your host, and today is Wednesday, April 8th. We are very glad to have you with us. We have another great show coming up for you today. Of course, you can find the Owatonna Today Show on Charter Channel 181 on a regular basis, Monday through Friday, throughout the week with our various programs. Also out on the internet, in various locations, wherever you get your information or want to direct somebody to one of these areas to get the Owatonna Today Show if perhaps they're not in the Charter Channel viewing area. We are on Facebook. You can like us when you're there, and then of course you'll get notifications when we have new programs up and running. We're on Twitter so it's Twitter at Owatonna Today. It's pretty simple. The thirdhandvideo.com will get you there, and click on an Owatonna Today program, and also YouTube. So lots of opportunities to find out what's going on in and around Owatonna and Steele County area. Of course, we always welcome your comments. A lot of the information and announcements that we pass along at the end of the program, please get those to us. And if you have ideas for guests or show topics, things that you think might be of interest for us to have someone on the show, please pass that along as well to Leanne 390-5751 or email us at owatonnatoday@charter.net. We have a very great program for you today with lots of information. First of all, Dave Beaver joins us from our airport, and we'll be talking about what's going on today, but more importantly, what are some plans going into the future, and he'll tell us a lot more about that. I'm going to be informed along with you. A little bit later on in the program, the Exchange Club Center for Family Unity will be with us, and we'll be talking about their fundraisers coming up not too long from now, and we'll be giving you some more information on how you can get involved there. Let's take this first break for our supporters, and we will be back to talk with Dave. Please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Dr. Beth Giltvet.
And I'm Dr. Nick Vincelli of Horizon Eye Care.
We want you to see what you love and love how you see. We're proud sponsors of the Owatonna Today Show.
I needed more than just another dead-end job. I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
With the kids off to college, I decided it was time for me to go back to work and express myself.
Express got me in touch with some really great companies. Now, I'm on my way to a great career.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Come out to Spare Time Entertainment and Bowl for Kids' Sake to benefit Big Brothers Big Sisters of Southern Minnesota. Start today by forming a team, collecting pledges and bowling for the kids in your community. Call 451-5922 for more information, or go directly to our website to set up your online fundraising page. Help change the lives of local children. Raise some money and join us for a great time at Bowl for Kids' Sake. See you there.
Welcome back. Thanks for. Hey, I wanted to see if Michelle got a strike on that ad that was. Did she do well, Leanne, when she bowled that?
She was great.
She was great. It was yeah. Everybody jumped up and down. I just noticed. I'm like, wait, you didn't hit the pins yet. We can't tell what happened with her bowling. I'm sorry. I digress.
She said you can edit that out, right?
Yeah. When it went in the gutter at the last minute. Ouch. Oh dear. That's fun. And we'll have Michelle on. I think. On Friday, I believe she's joining us to talk a little bit more about Bowl for Kids' Sake. But prior to that, as I mentioned, we've got a lot of good information. We welcome Airport Manager Dave Beaver with us. Hey, how are you, Dave?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
How long have you been with the airport?
I've been out there about 19 years now.
19 years.
Yeah,
okay.
long time.
So you've seen a lot of changes, and that's some of what we're talking about today, kind of where we are with our airport, completely taking care of what we need to, but also taking a look into the future.
That's right.
So folks don't necessarily have a lot of maybe cause to come to the airport if you're not taking planes in and out of here, but just kind of let us know on a daily basis or a weekly basis the kind of people that we're serving.
Yeah, no, that's good, and I really wish people would come out there more because it's a great facility. It serves the community very well, and we should be proud of what we have out there.
It's just a hidden gem.
It is. We serve about 18 companies in town regularly that fly corporate aircraft in and out of the facility. Okay. A lot of times it's their customers or vendors or people that they do business with. In addition to the other stuff we do with medical support, the DNR, law enforcement, that kind of stuff, flight instruction, aircraft rentals, all available out there.
Okay.
We're pretty proud of it. The airport serves us very well right now,
Yep.
but what we're trying to do is also look into the future,
Okay.
so that it continues to do that without becoming a problem with future development around the airport as the city grows.
Yep.
So, but right now, out of 140 airports in Minnesota, we're ranked in the top 25.
Good
We've got
job.
great facilities.
Yes.
They're in good shape. So we're pretty proud of it, but we want to make sure we continue to do what we
When
need
was
to
the
do.
last expansion? I'm going to say it was only a couple of years ago, which of course time flies, and it was not a couple of years ago, but how long since there was some airport expansion?
Well, with a facility our size, there's always some sort of project going on,
True.
just an upkeep and maintenance. But the last major project we did that involved airfield expansion was the crosswind runway.
Okay.
And that was in 09.
09,
Other
no,
than that,
okay.
the runway project was back into the late 90s.
Yeah. Okay. And it's the crosswind one that I'm thinking of. And
Yep.
see, I would have said, oh, it's in the last few
Yep.
years, right? And it's really been much
Yep.
more than
We
the
added
last 6
this
years or so.
secondary runway.
Yep. And that's what we're looking at. So this is something that all airports do. Is it a required master planning situation that you have? Because that's what we're calling this, kind of a 20-year master plan, correct?
The FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, governs the national airspace system, and we're part of that. And they require that we do it. They want us to do a master plan study every 10 to 20 years.
Okay.
And our airport board was looking at this a couple of years ago and meeting with the FAA, and we dug out the other one. And the date on it was 1974.
Oh.
So
So we were a little delinquent.
Yep. So they
was
said, you know what, it's time to start. You've got great facilities, but we don't want to become landlocked. We want to be able to look into the future and put that plan together.
And it's no secret to anyone who drives by, obviously, even if they're not coming directly to the airport, that you're there. We see it all the time when we go by on the highway, and it's no secret to anyone how things are expanding out there as well. And so that's a big, huge reason, really, to look at what you're looking at here. So when you sit down and you do this, how do you go about it? You survey, you study, you.
It's the first time I've been through this process. I've been through a lot of different planning
you
processes.
were here in
but-
1970s?
Yep. But you know, the FAA says we've got a lot of funding. We've been very fortunate. Most of the work we've done out there has been through federal dollars. Over almost 90% of it's been federal dollars, and that's
Really?
why they require this. They
Okay.
want to protect that investment, and so do we.
Sure.
But when it is involved, you have to go through a consultant hiring and selection process.
Okay.
We involve our airport commission very heavily in this, and they meet monthly. It's a great group. I might mention their names.
please do.
Rod Kylo is our chairman right now. Todd Hale is our vice chair.
Okay.
Joe Green, Ron Hilgendorf, Sharon West is on there. Scott Mose, Mose Construction. And Tom Harrison from Federated Insurance is also a newer member.
Great group
It's
of
a great-
people
really
who are
good.
obviously interested in seeing our city continue to be viable and have a great airport.
They have a huge interest in doing this right. And so what we wanted to do is, first of all, you look at our existing airport facilities, which we know are good.
Yep.
And we bring in all of our users and tenants, and we say, what are your future needs going to be? So we met with a lot of Owatonna local business people to talk about that. Our neighbors to the south is the hospital and clinic. So we met with them extensively because a lot of what we are looking at involves adjacent land uses.
Okay.
So we look at existing facilities, survey our users. We put a master plan advisory group together, and that's just a group of stakeholders. It's the county, it's the city, it's the economic development of people, airport business tenants, surrounding land owners, people from the business community, FAA and MnDOT. We all get together, and we looked at all these alternatives. You have to look at a lot of different alternatives.
Okay.
So that's.
So we've got some illustrations, and one of the things that we had, which you saw maybe on the wider shot, and that we're looking at here, and we'll mention that too. There will be an open house for the public. They'll be seeing something a little more like this with the bigger things out there, but what you've got right in front of you then too is something that we can help point out to people that are viewing where we are today, what is the land that we own, and what are some of those things that are being planned on that master plan.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's when we sat down to look at this, and we looked through our different surveys, and we looked at some different photographs of airplanes that are currently using the airport. One of the things we wanted to be sure of is the runway alignment met the needs of future aircraft.
Okay.
What we'd hate to see is if a large employer wanted to move to Owatonna, and they used corporate aviation, and they said, geez, we're bringing this larger aircraft to town, but you don't have the facility to handle it.
Yeah.
There goes that business.
Could be the deal breaker.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll point out a couple things. Anything here is that's our primary existing runway. That's their crosswind that we built in 09 that you mentioned.
Yep.
Now, everything that we're showing on here for future development, such as this blue line here, that depicts a future 1,000-foot extension onto the existing runway.
Okay.
That's not to say that we're going to be building that tomorrow.
Right.
That's just, we want to be prepared. We want to have the ability to do that if the need arises.
Okay.
So that's one of the things we looked at. We looked at what can we do to accommodate a larger aircraft. We looked at shifting the runway different ways down to open up space on this side of the freeway even for economic development by shifting the runway this way. In the end, the most cost-effective preferred alternative out of the 6 or 7 that we looked at was just going straight off the end of the runway.
Okay.
And that's just the runway portion of it. But we also had to look at ways of accommodating future uses in the hangar area, which is our existing area right here. We were showing some different hangar areas to the north and also the south quadrant of the airport. Again, once this area fills up, we don't want to have anywhere where we can't go. So, with the hospital here, we wanted to look at the different ways of developing to the south of the airport.
What that's going to look like actually, and being good neighbors to your partners to the south. So again, these things that are in blue are not for sure planned. They're not, it's going to happen tomorrow. It's anything like that. But it's really just saying, if this, then that, and we are ready for those kinds of things.
When you're building on airports, the FAA has said that it takes about 13 years to build a runway.
Really?
And it seems like that's an odd number because it's basically a mile of pavement.
Yeah.
But by the time you do all the planning, the environmental work, the land acquisition, all the things that's required, zoning, they say the average time is about 13 years.
Is that right?
That's why they want to look between 10 and 20 years for their planning period.
It makes all the sense in the world. As I mentioned previously, there is an opportunity coming up next Tuesday, the 14th, for people to come out to the airport and see a little bit and talk to, and it is just a nice opportunity to come out to the airport and visit what we already have, but to see some of these things illustrated and talk to the people that are helping to make the decisions.
Yeah, we're excited about that. This is on Tuesday the 14th. Come on out between 5:30 and 7:30. There's a public open house. We're going to have these boards up. Airport staff and consultants will be around. We can explain all of the different alternatives that we did look at. There'll be a brief presentation at 6 p.m. and it'll just be an information session.
Well, wonderful. It's a great opportunity, like I said, for people to head out to the airport if they've heard a little about this, but they want to know more. They want to look at the great pictures and all the work that this commission and yourself and everyone is doing. It is a great opportunity to do that and see what you do. So thank you very much for coming on and informing us. And I'm sure as time passes, it's always great to have you on the Owatonna Today Show. And if we hear of some of those things that are going to be happening, we'll be sure to have you back so you can update us.
Sounds great.
Thank you, Dave.
Yep, thank you.
All right, we'll take a break for our supporters and we'll be right back.
Howdy, partner. Come join in the fun at the 29th Annual Night of Nights Auction, Saturday, April 18th at St. Mary's School in Owatonna.
Doors open at 4 p.m. Admission is only $10. There's new and exciting items to bid on at both the live and silent auctions.
And don't forget to get your car and cash raffle tickets, now on sale for a chance to win $10,000 cash or a new Ford Focus.
There's great food and a cash bar available. You don't want to miss this great event.
So get your cowboy on.
And round up your posse.
Yeehaw!
When using a fire extinguisher, we suggest using the pass system. Pull the pin at the top of the extinguisher that keeps the handle from being accidentally pressed. Aim the nozzle toward the base of the fire. Squeeze the handle to discharge the extinguisher. If you release the handle, the discharge will stop. Sweep the nozzle back and forth at the base of the fire. After the fire appears to be out, watch it carefully since it may reignite. If you have the slightest doubt about whether or not to fight the fire, get out and close the door behind you. This has been a safety message from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hi, I'm Ron Clancher with Clancher & Son Landscaping and Concrete. We support the Owatonna Today Show, and so should you.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm Sean McNulty.
And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna.
And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back. You're with us on the Owatonna Today Show on this Wednesday, April 8th, and I have two women here who are going to be talking about the Exchange Club Center for Family Unity and events, as I mentioned earlier. Annette Frank, welcome.
Thank you.
You've been on the program many times. We're very glad to see you again.
Thanks for having us.
To find out what the center is doing. And Bridget Hayes.
Correct.
And you're very involved with the events coming up this year, correct?
Yes.
So we'll be talking a little bit more about those. I always like to go back to square one. We love talking about the events and things that we're planning, but it's always just nice for people to know what is the fundraising being done for, who are we doing this for, what does the Exchange Club Center for Family Unity do? So first of all, we want to let people know, if they don't know, that where you're located.
Okay, we are located at 209 West Bridge Street. Okay. It's a newer location. We've been there for a couple of years now. It's actually on the back side of A+, so in back, right across the street from NTI, so the National Taekwondo Institute. Yep. So stop on by. We always like to change our window display up to show different activities that the families can do during that particular season.
Okay. And you service families, and you take
We
it,
do.
as it sounds, it's the Exchange
Yes.
Club Center for Family Unity.
Exactly.
Trying to help us all be better parents.
Absolutely.
You know, it's very cliche to say there's no book, there's no necessarily rule book or instruction manual when we have these children, but yet there are definitely better and not as good things to do, and the Center for Family Unity is really there to help keep people on the right track.
Absolutely. And like you said, there isn't a manual, and every family is different. There's different things that come into play, different things that families go through that affect their ability to parent. I don't think that there's a whole lot of people out there that choose to be bad parents or choose to do things to harm their children. It's just they may not know of a better way. Maybe that's how they were raised, or the stress in their lives has gotten so overwhelming that they just are not thinking straight, you know. And so what we do is we come in and provide them with different stress management techniques and different ways of handling things that they may not have ever considered.
Yeah, or like you said, been exposed to.
Exactly.
So it's in that heat of the moment, maybe just taking that, maybe it's even that heartbeat pause that just says, do I really want to say that? Do I really want to handle the situation this way? And I think consciously that's what we need to do with a lot of things in our life. But stress management is always key. As we know, life is more and more stressful.
Exactly.
Jobs, medical issues, family structures, family dynamics, that can all play into it.
Absolutely. And finances. The majority of the families that we work with are below the poverty level for the state, you know, so just struggling to even be able to put food on the table for your children is very, very stressful. So we do partner with all of the other wonderful agencies in the community to try to make sure that our families have everything that they need to be able to run their household.
So people come in, or you go into their home, or both?
We will do both. Primarily, though, we go into the home. We do have some families that are technically considered homeless, and so they do come into our agency for services. But we do like to have it in the home because that's the environment where they run into the situations that they run into. So it's easier to model in the actual environment versus coming to our center and then trying to remember, okay, what did I do in this situation? So.
And who are the individuals that are helping the families?
We have Rachel Grunkley is our parent mentor coordinator, and then we also have Deanna Ripka. We do have some volunteers as well that assist where possible, but for the most part, it's those two that are working with the majority of our families, and their plates are full.
Yeah, I was going to say that probably ends up being quite a lot.
Exactly.
And is there an idea of how many families you've served in the last year,
Yeah.
or maybe last year statistically?
I actually have those numbers right here. Wonderful. Okay, so families served in 2014. We do serve 4 counties. I'll start with Steele, which is our main county. We served 44 families, and that was 57 adults and 111 children.
Oh my goodness.
Just in Steele County. In addition to that, we had 8 families for Dodge County. We had 21 in Rice County and 5 in Waseca County.
Oh my goodness.
Quite a number of families that we
you said,
serviced
the plate
last year.
is full
Exactly.
for helping those families. Wow.
Exactly.
That is a lot of help. And you can't do that without funding as well.
Exactly.
So it's you're supported by the exchange clubs, correct?
Correct. In all of the
Steele County.
counties.
In
Yes.
all of the counties. But then there's additional funds needed, and you are a United Way.
We are a partner agency for United Way.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you are also, obviously, along with United Way, like many other groups, allowed to go out and do some fundraising. And you've had you've developed kind of a plan here with the Night to Prevent Child Abuse and the
Golf to Prevent Child Abuse.
But now it's gone through a little switching, so let's talk about that. We're kind of moving back to a previous time of year.
Yes. For the past 2 years, we've been in the fall, and so we've had a few conflicts in the fall, so we've decided to move it back to June, which is traditionally when we've always had it, was in the month of June. So back to June, end of the month. We're hoping that the snow will actually be gone this year. So far, so good. Exactly.
But Brooktree opened, and this is where you
Yes.
have the event,
Yes.
correct? Yep, and they opened last week, so barring any other crazy May 1st snowstorms or anything like that, but even still, we're pretty safe in June. Bridget, you work really closely with the events that are coming up, so we do want to mention those dates and kind of what's planned right now and what we want people to be thinking about at this early date.
Right. We want everyone to save the date on their calendar. It starts on June 27th, which is a Saturday, and that is the Night to Prevent Child Abuse, and that is going to be held at the Steele County History Center.
Okay, beautiful location.
Yes, the venue is wonderful. We've had it there for the past 2 years, and we've had great response. And people come not only to support the Center for Family Unity, but just to see the History Center too.
Exactly, for sure.
So it's been a great spot, and we've had wonderful food. The last 2 years we've had Tories do the catering for it, and we've had live entertainment the last 2 years, and so this year we're going to have a silent auction, and we've already got some donations coming in for that, and just busy planning the silent auction, and hopefully we're going to get some bigger items to have a live auction as well.
Okay, and that's one of the reasons we're out talking about it as early as we are. We might say, oh my gosh, it's an event that's coming way out, but the plea really is to individuals and businesses to really come out and support this, especially with the move back to June here, so we want to get that ramped up, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And do they get a hold of the center then, and you'll kind of follow through with that if someone has donations or things that they want to take care of?
Yeah, absolutely. And we have all the information out on our website, so they can check us out at exchange-club-center-for-family-unity.org. And definitely give us a call. Bridget's number is out there as well, and we can either come and pick up donations, or they can send them on into the center.
Okay. Yeah. There's also opportunity for corporate sponsorships too.
Okay. So you'll be out talking with people about that. So that is the main focus right now. Any things in particular that you'd like to see happening this year that might be different than last year, or some special things that you'd like to say, hey, businesses, if you're thinking about this is what we'd like to see, or just keep doing more of the same?
I just think growth. We want to see growth, and every year it's gotten bigger, and the growth of people participating, coming to the silent auction. Because we can get donations and everything for the silent auction, but we need people to come and
bid
and be
buy.
there.
That's how the funds are
be
raised.
there,
Exactly.
yes, and enjoying the funds. So we need people to come and support. Yes.
Okay.
And part of that too is an awareness piece. You
It
know,
is.
a lot of people still don't know what the Exchange Club Center is.
You know, we were
And
just
so-
talking about that ahead of time, and you think, because, well, obviously you're extremely close to it, and for
Right.
anyone who has talked with you like myself, we're like, oh yeah, I know what they are and who they are and that kind of thing. But you're kind of doing your really good work, and unless someone's been affected by you, they
Right.
may not know who you are. So it
Exactly.
is huge for awareness for people to maybe stop into your office and say, hey,
Absolutely.
this is where you are. This is
Mhm.
what I heard that you do, and then pass that word along.
Absolutely.
They might not themselves need your services, but they might know of somebody who might.
Absolutely.
And then for them to be able to provide that resource to somebody could just be really invaluable. The night to prevent child abuse, kind of just ballparking since we're this far ahead of the event, but kind of when does it start? When does it end? You mentioned live entertainment. silent
Yeah,
auction.
it's going to start at 7 p.m. At the History Center, and then it goes until the party stops.
All right.
Usually it's wrapped up by like 10. I would say 9:30,
Okay.
10.
Right.
But yeah, so we do have live entertainment and food, and I'm going to try to come up with some new interaction games during the auction to keep things active, and then the golf tournament is the following Monday.
On
Is
the
that a morning
29th.
start or a noon start or
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock? Okay,
Yes.
so
Yep.
closer to the noon hour.
Yes,
Get
at
your
Brook
Monday underway, but then come on up for the golf
Absolutely.
tournament. And you've had good success with that too,
Oh,
with golfers coming
absolutely.
out and people participating.
Absolutely. We've been very lucky the past couple of years. Weather has been perfect, and we just pray that this year is the same.
We are all going to do that, praying and crossing of fingers and everything we need to do that too. So June 27th, the night to prevent child abuse. June 29th, golf to prevent child abuse.
Yes.
Again, find out more about what these ladies do and are involved in, and the center, if you would like, by stopping in or giving a call. And I know Leanne's got your contact number there. So keep up the good work.
Thank you, Deb.
And doing what you do, and we hope for a very successful event. And as we get closer, we'll announce more about it. So
Great. Thank
thank you,
you.
Annette. Thank you, Bridget, for
Thanks
joining
for having us.
We'll take a break for our supporters, and we'll wrap up today's program.
Hello, my name is Katie Marshall. A year ago, my family and I became homeless. We were scared and alone. Today, with the help of Steele County Transitional Housing and generous donors like you, my family and I are safely housed. I am working, going to college, paying my rent on time. My children have a warm bed to sleep in every night. My family and I are so grateful for this second chance. Please help others in need by donating to Transitional Housing today. Everyone deserves a safe place to live.
Hi, I'm Amy Martinez.
And I'm Adam Martinez, owners of Snap Fitness in Owatonna.
Snap Fitness is a fast, convenient, and affordable fitness center, and we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back, and it's time to wrap up for this program on Wednesday, April 8th. Join Riverbend Nature Center to celebrate the maple sugaring season. Ooh, always fun to hear about that at the annual Maple Syrup Open House. That is this coming Saturday, April 11th. Do I have the date right? Yes, I do. Or the day, I should say, and that will be going on from 1 to 4. It is free and open to the public. If you'd like more information, of course, just find Riverbend Nature Center on the website or give them a call and they'll let you know a little bit more about it. Coming up Monday, April 13th, a certified MNsure navigator will be on site at the Minnesota Prairie office at 630 Florence Avenue in the West Hills, on site on Monday, April 13th from 9 to 4, and then Monday, April 27th, a little further down the road, 2 weeks from 9 to 4 o'clock, to take scheduled and walk-in appointments to talk about MNsure and all that entails. So if you would like to join them, that's a couple of great opportunities to do so. As we mentioned earlier, that informational open house going on Tuesday from 5:30 to 7:30 at the airport to look at what they are doing right now in that 20-year master plan that Dave was here talking with us about. There is a call out for all Steele County artists 18 and older to be a part of the 63rd Annual Steele County Art Exhibition in May at the Owatonna Arts Center, so now's when you need to be thinking about it. You can pick up entry forms at the Owatonna Arts Center during business hours. Exhibitors must be residents of Steele County or a member of the Owatonna Arts Center, 18 years of age at least, and they may submit up to 3 original pieces that have been created in the past year. Again, these will be on display in May. The entries will be Entries will be accepted April 21st through the 29th, so that's the piece that you need to remember right now, and we look forward to seeing those at our Owatonna Arts Center. Coming up on Friday's program, more fundraising and fun. I guess that's the big part, is the fun of the fundraising. Night of Nights auction coming up, and Bowl for Kids' Sake. So please join us on Friday. Have a wonderful day.